What a beautiful reading. We're going to get into it this week in the mix. I do feel these individuals are really thinking about the counterpart energy quite obsessively. Now, this is a circumstance where I do feel divine masculine is really trying to mathematically understand, um, it's almost like they're trying to get rid of the white noise of society's standards of what they feel they should do. It's almost like it's screaming to their soul how they're really feeling. It's all, yeah, definitely very, very strongly. Okay. We have a lot to do with their emotions coming up in this read. If you look at the overall energy, it is a lot to do with feelings, feminine energy, the frequencies of their belief systems of the past, and a lot to do with divine feminine. Uh, Regardless of whether they're in a karmic relationship or not, there is a bit of a conundrum here. However, I do feel the overarching energy is that they are deeply in love with divine feminine. This is something that they have been thinking about quite a bit. Now, I do feel there are two energies coming through that could be really blocking this person. Now, I don't think it's permanent. I really don't. I do feel that this is a circumstance that no matter what external energy is there, I almost get the obsession card, but it's not in a bad way. It's not like stalkery or anything to that degree. It's something that won't be removed from their heart, won't be removed from their mind. It's not something that will go away. So even if maybe there is a nagging individual, a karmic energy, a parent energy, whomever this individual is, if anything, it's just driving them further towards you. It's not pushing them further away from you. It's making them desire you and thinking about you even further. So this is by no means to the detriment of the connection. If anything, it's to the benefit of the connection because it's bringing the person's true core feelings to the surface. And I think this is deeply important. We can never hide true feelings. And this is a self-discovery path this week in the mix that I feel divine masculine is going through, that they're having these huge internal dialogues going on that are bringing them back to the same space. It's bringing the truth up and out, and it's bringing it to the forefront. As we do look to the past, they did feel that in your life you were quite courageous. They also maybe have been living to another's standards. Again, I will say this could have been a karmic individual or it could have been a parent figure, but definitely I do feel they have had a standard they have looked at and really getting to the space that they're returning to who they really are. They could have got some advice most recently, and again, it's bringing them back to the space of who they are today and where they want to go. And in the heart of this, I do see these individuals having huge revelations. It's almost like calling themselves out, a circumstance shifting and changing, having a radical idea. It's like a mountain literally disintegrating. So in their heart, they're bringing these things down. They also feel that when they're around you, it's almost like those walls, they really are wanting to pull them down. And they're feeling it's time to actually open their heart up to you. And sometimes this can come through in a fashion that is maybe more transparent. It can be opening up, showing a softer side to themselves. This also can be physical obstacles of, maybe where they've felt very protective. And I do feel these individuals really tuning into them this week. It's almost this location I'm being moved into within their aura that is showing me where they have been deeply, deeply protected, maybe deeply, deeply hurt. And so there was this barrier where they were preventing anyone really from entering this location, like a chamber, and now the doors are opening. So I do feel there's a spiritual shift within the dynamic. So there is going to be a circumstance where they do know how to bring these obstacles down, that they are in full control of that circumstance, and they are going to be able to move that. And so they do actually theoretically have a solution, and it is about a lot of healing inside their heart to accept the feelings that they actually have for you. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to go into the monkey mind. And, at times they just have been quite perplexed because in meeting you, in connecting with you, and having this spiritual connection, it's nothing like they have experienced before. So it can be scary. It can be scary. They're trying to make sense of it, but they're really struggling to make sense of it. It defies all reason and logic. It just is so much more than meets the eye. And like I said, it can come through. Oops, it can come through a little bit like an addiction. I just clicked this screen. We'll bring the image back up. It can come through a little bit like an obsession. Okay. Yeah. It's like this negotiation. It's like they're in a what? How are they trying to show this to me? Guard union. Okay, sacred union. These feelings are beyond logic. If there is, it's what almost like if they're trying to make an excuse why not to do this. They're finding 20 more reasons to. They also feel that maybe it's a little bit like the notion, I'm hearing this notion, and this could be more for those that are in a karmic relationship. You made your bed, lie in it, yet it's not feeling right. It's not, you're 6 foot tall and it's a 4 foot bed. Things aren't fitting. Things aren't feeling like they're correct. And that's not to say that we don't have to make some sacrifices, but nevertheless, this isn't feeling correct for these individuals. But they're trying to convince themselves they should really like this. This is as good as it gets. You can't have more. You can't you can't have both a relationship that has physical attributes to it as well as emotional attributes to it. You can only get one or the other. And this is where this person's perspective is really being challenged. It's like, yeah, I think I can actually have that with my divine feminine. Then why the hell am I doing what I'm doing at this point in time? So, like I said, they're quite perplexed by this. And they keep going back to these taught belief systems, these belief systems that they had in the past, and realizing, no, they can actually have these things. Yes, they have had some bad experiences in the past at a foundation level, and they know this to be true. They also may have dished some of that out. This connection has the potential to both flame their fires as well as burn the building down. So they are very well aware of how this could go. And there is apprehension. There is huge potentialities, huge history with the story they're making reference to. There are from highs and lows. And they're actually wanting that. They're wanting the highs, they're wanting the lows. So I feel they're moving into the garden space to really dissect this circumstance. And I think it's because it's becoming more heavy for them. So whatever those walls are, the mountains are coming down, they're pulling them down, it is coming closer. And so because of this, they're going into this psychoanalytical frequency. This could be purging the ego of the circumstance, reviewing it, a great review. It's almost like they can't hide from this. No matter what they do, no matter where they go, they're realizing this energy, this feeling, this emotion is not dying down. It's not dimming down. It's dragging them. It's dragging them to. It's almost like beating them up so that they accept the feeling of what they are feeling. Self-discipline almost feels like, but it's a very perplexing feeling, to be perfectly honest, especially in channeling them. Very difficult to articulate, but one thing I can tell you is they're being bombarded. They're definitely being bombarded, and they keep coming back to the same circumstance of I am in love with my divine feminine. This is going to signify an ending to a way of living for them. That is not that it's bad. Nature usually has its deaths and rebirths. But this is beyond the veil. This is, going beyond the ego, going beyond logic, accepting the inner truth of what things are, and coming to a space where, again, they're going to have to be like the Fool card. They're going to have to take a leap of faith. They know that you're the poetry. They know that you're everything to them. But this leap of faith is, throwing caution to the wind. There is a left and right here. And I really don't think there really is a left and right. I feel they already have their answer. This is merely a bombardment of energy download to them, regression, reminiscence, and self-forgiveness. They're right on the edge, like the Fool card in Tarot. Love to hear your feedback. How does this play out for you? Be aware, I do feel these individuals are on the edge of glory. I'll see you next week. If you want the next edition, you can come through and join a YouTube membership.